It's often said that nothing in life is certain except death. The fear of death haunts us all, at least until we realize that it may be based on a false belief. I encourage you to examine it. Fear of death reverberates through every aspect of nearly all our lives, casting long shadows of doubt on our happiness, our relationships, and our projects. It's often not discussed or even mentioned, but it's a presence, an enduring heaviness. Will nothing matter in the end? If so, why try to accomplish anything? Why love anyone or anything? Why not just quit? There's no obvious answer. However, that doesn't mean there's no answer. The fear of death itself can goad us into looking more closely and examining our lives. In fact, it's a fear, like all fears, based on the idea that each of us is a separate individual. If we didn't identify ourselves as separate bodies, the fear of death would dissolve. It's always separation that creates dissatisfaction. We hurt whenever we believe there's distance between where we are and where we'd like to be. Is the belief true that we're all separate? What if this were really a holographic universe in which every supposedly separate individual is really interconnected with everything else? It's not just spiritual teachers who take this seriously. It's theoretical physicists too. They've been seriously wondering for at least the last quarter century whether the four-dimensional space-time of the universe could be a holographic projection from fewer dimensions. The analogy used is how a three-dimensional hologram emerges from the information encoded on a two-dimensional surface. Sometimes one description of reality is simply easier to understand than an alternate description. Do you know for certain that you are a separate, standalone entity? If not, the belief that you are may be false. You may be essentially connected to everything else. It may be that separation is what's a delusion. Since being is eternal, and it may be our essential nature, just as spiritual teachers have been teaching for thousands of years, it just may be that you are not as subject to death as you fear. Peace.